people call me ChloVid because that they come to me and that they talk to me about what their questions are about for the COVID.
Okay, so can I ask you a few questions?
Yes.
Okay, so what happens if I go to the grocery store? What do I need to make sure that I have?
Okay, so say that you have no masks. Lucky me, my shirt is nice and long and baggy. And I can go like this. But usually you should get a mask, okay? And you don't have to have these, but you can have gloves. But once you're done with the grocery and you have no gloves, then you have to use hand sanitizer.
Okay, so wear a mask. If you don't, your shirt can work in a pinch. Make sure that you're wearing gloves if you have them. And at the end of it, always use what?
Sanitizer.
I couldn't hear you.
Sanitizer.
Okay, got it. So what if you're in the grocery store and somebody is, well, how far apart should I be from a person right now?
6 feet. Okay.
6 feet. Okay, so what happens if somebody gets really close to me and they're less than 6 feet from me?
So you could say, "Excuse me, you're less than 6 feet. Can you please get about 6 feet?" Or you can back up or move somewhere else.
Okay, so what are some things that you, Miss ChloVid, wish that parents and older adults knew that kids needed right now?
For me, my child was saying "stay there" to our dog, and she got mad, and I was like, "It's okay, come here." And I gave her a hug and I told her I loved her because I did, and she needs that so then she knows that she's loved and she's not in trouble, even though because that the COVID and she's and usually she shouldn't be yelling a lot, but that she just can't let her anger out anywhere else like usual. So, any more questions?
So just be patient with your kiddos and give them lots of hugs and love?
Yep.
Okay. What are some concerns that you have?
That if like you go to a grocery and you don't have a mask, and I've been going to groceries only to get stuff that shippers can't get. If you don't have a mask, then definitely stay 6 feet away, or maybe generally 8 feet away. Because no mask, it's going to be easier to get the COVID.
Okay, that's a good point. So should we touch our eyes and our nose?
No. So you go to the grocery and you touch everything, so like this. Oh, I want this. Ooh, and this. Okay, and you come along and you say, I want to feel what this blanket feels like. Oh, so fuzzy, and this one, oh, so fuzzy and fuzzy. You should don't rub your eyes until you've washed your hands with hand sanitizer, and then maybe you can really quickly rub your eyes. But say you just got in the grocery store and started to touch stuff, then oh my goodness, what is this? It can work. And shippers. If shippers are coming and you know they are there, if you have a dog, make sure to put it in your room. They like to bark. Mine does. But if they come, leave the door closed. And maybe if you want to say hi really quick, make sure to be at least 6 feet away.
Okay, I have another question, Miss ChloVid.
Yes.
So, what advice or what letters or what words of support and love would you give to the people that are working in the hospitals and the nurses and the doctors and the paramedics and the firefighters?
That they are doing the greatest that they can, and that like all they're doing is the best they can, and maybe support by maybe money in the boot and some more things.
But just give them lots of love too, because they are probably having a hard time.
Yes.
Okay, and what would you tell your teachers?
Our teachers, that some decisions that I don't like, but some other decisions I do. And
Like what?
one of the decisions I didn't like was that when my friend's daughter, they had to vote either to be in school, they had to be at home for 2 months and go back to school, or 100% online, only at home. You can't be at school for even the whole year. And they voted on 100% on school year, no school, and I didn't like that decision, but other parents might have.
Do you think it's safe though?
Yes, but what about their friends and all that? And so
Do you miss your friends?
my daughter does,
Your daughter misses her friends?
and I do too.
Is your daughter just stuck with her mom at home? And her dog?
Yes, and she has this stuffed animal dog that she named Buddy.
Okay.
But this is petting. Any more questions?
What's your final piece of advice?
To make sure to wear masks and 6 feet away, and hand sanitizer, and don't touch your eyes or nose or anything until you wash your hands after the grocery. And say you really want to see your grandma and see how she's doing. Then there's 2 ways. You can pen pal, which is writing to her or whoever, or if you have a phone, you can call or text or video chat.
And if people have more questions for you to answer, can they email me and send them to you?
Yes.
Okay. Any other things you'd like to say to your fans?
Be safe and make sure to